share my screen. Sorry, it's a little bit messy. Let me see how many students we have. 14. So this class is required. We prepare attendance for this lecture, even it's only a lab, but we take attendance for each one. So yeah, since we it's already for 15 students. Okay, we'll wait for 2 minutes before we start. And I just try to pull out your names on Blackboard. Maybe I should share so you know where we can see. So right now I'm on a Blackboard. It's a little bit slow. So whenever, so I haven't, I already created the assignments for the 6 labs. So whenever you go to the Blackboard, if enter this 1XW lecture, then you can see the announcement assignments. So basically from the assignment, you can submit your lab report. This is, I guess your professor also post the homework in the assignments. So basically you can, for this time, for next Tuesday, you submit, before next Tuesday, you submit your first lab report through Blackboard. So this is how you get access to them. And a brief introduction. So I prepared this slide, not slide, it's just like a Word document. So all lab syllabus, I think I sent you in Blackboard, it's under this link. So here we have a total 6 labs. So this time we will do the measurements, and then next week we'll do the vectors and the measurement of latent G. So we will go through the 6 labs. And I'm your instructor, and right now I'm a PhD student in chemistry, but I work for Professor Marilyn Gunner. She's in physics. That's why I teach. I don't teach chemistry instead. That's why I teach physics instead of chemistry. So here are my contact emails. You can contact me if you have any questions. And
hi, I'm sorry. You said we, under announcements or like what's new, we find the labs. I don't see them there.
No, not under announcement, under assignments.
It's not there.
Yeah,
We only see homework 1 and 2.
Can someone else find the
yeah, nothing's there when I look for it too.
nothing? It's weird.
Probably not yet, but do you have it like timed? It might like be seen by us after today. I don't know.
Professor, I see you in the grade section.
So under assignments, you can only see homework 1, homework 2.
Yes, the professor's 1 and 2 homeworks. Yeah.
Oh, let me see. Let's see grade center.
I can share my screen if you want me to show you.
Oh yeah, okay. Can you please?
Yeah. think it's, yeah, that one. Do you see it?
Yeah. This is interesting. Yeah, thank you. Since I posted last week, the other class can see. Maybe I should contact to the department, see if anything is going wrong. Let me see, did I post it? So you still cannot see, right?
No. No, I can't see it. Is there like a section, a tab, or is it just under announcements or assignments?
Yeah, under I think assignments. Assignments. Let's see. You cannot see, but I can see here.
Hold on,
You
let
have
me.
lab.
No, I don't see it. Uh,
Okay. So we can. So after this lecture, maybe I have to talk to the department, see if something goes wrong. But just let me know whenever you see it. Just let me know. Okay.
yeah, no problem.
Thank you. So we got a little bit, got a very tight time for this class. So basically, yeah, I'll send this Word document to you after this class. Here are my contact email, and where we can see. Oh, so I'm a PhD student in chemistry. So okay, so in this lab, I really want to help everyone to learn. In this lab, I learn like maybe some people maybe they didn't have much like a background knowledge for physics, but don't worry, this lecture will be not very difficult. Actually, it's pretty easy. And you are required to submit your lab report. So some students may think it's very tedious because you already done the lab and it's not very difficult, it's not challenging. Some students just complain, but I want to see here because writing lab report is not to show how smart you are. It just show like you can present your work. So we know like either as a scientist or any like a work professionals, you have to present your work. You do not hold your work to yourself. You just you have to make other people understand what you're doing, what you did, and this is how the lab report prepare you to do a better job. And so in the lab report, also like I have some other like requirements for writing a lab report format. So in your lab report, I really want you to keep your lab report clean and clear. and make it readable to the audience. So imagine you're an engineer. I guess some of you may have a like engineer background. So imagine you are engineer. You have to present your work to the other people. You want to make sure they could understand you. So it's about like a effective communication. So this is how, because I cannot really watch everyone do their lab and finish the lab report. I cannot watch anyone to do their lab. So that's why you present your lab report grade for me to grade. So I really want you take it seriously when you do the lab report. And if you need any feedback, just like, or you can email me or ask any questions for the grade question or any other question you are not very clear. So I'll try to give you more feedbacks as much as I can. So the policy for this class is attendance is required. So I will take attendance for each of you. So basically what we do is after this class, I will call your name and try to record your name on the attendance sheet. And the second thing is to make sure update your city college email in Blackboard, because whenever I post any announcement or the homework or the lab report, so I basically update in the Blackboard, which will connect it to your city college email, so you can get the updated information. So if you're connected your email or your Blackboard with the email that you don't use very often, maybe you will miss the information. And so lab report is due in a week. Just remember it's due in a week. So which is next Tuesday. I know today is Wednesday, but it's due Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. So I would highly encourage you to review the lab menu before the class. And I want you to have a basic idea about what we do for the lab. So lab menu is the, where's my, okay, so this is the lab menu. We have six labs. So you basically you review the lab before we start. So you can ask a question during the lab session, and then, okay. And when you write your lab report, please don't leave blank, because pretty much I will cover all the lab questions in the class, and also I will record each section. So you will you can and update the recording to Blackboard, and you can check the recordings to see if there's any questions don't understand, or you can just email me, ask. And considering it's online lab, so we don't really need you find a partner to collaborate. So, but if you really want to have a partner to work with the same lab, but please don't submit the identical lab report. Because if I find there are two identical lab report, I may consider it's cheating. And please submit your lab report on time. So if you are late, I will deduct some point for being late. And the last part is the lab report format. So basically, I want you to include 4 parts in your lab report: the introduction, the procedures, the lab results, and the conclusion. So most important part is the lab results. So basically this is what you get from your lab, and you record how you get you basically you show me how your calculation is done and how you analysis your data. So this is the most important part. And I also would like you could include your conclusion. You can tell me this part is very objective. Different people may have different conclusions. You can tell me what you learned from this lab. Because this lab, so the whole lab session is not very difficult. So maybe some lab you don't have much conclusion, just learned like very basic, or you learn something. Just tell me what you learned something new. So this is very objective, and it really depends on the person how long you can read. And I don't really need a whole page, so you maybe just read a few sentences or several paragraph. It's totally up to you. And another part is the introduction and the lab procedures. The introduction is basically prepare you to let other people know. As I said, lab report is work you show to others. You want to introduce what's the background knowledge before you do this lab, and what you want to study for in this lab. So this is basically will be included in the introduction part. And then the lab procedure is because I want you know why you're doing what you're doing, and you just write it in details so I can know you know how to do the lab. It's just not like get the answer directly. I know how you are thinking. When you show your procedures, I know the way you are thinking. But these two are not very, it can be optional. It really depends on how hard the lab will be. For example, for this, for today, because we do a measurement, which is relatively easy. So you don't have to include a lot of basic work in your lab report. So you basically, so I'll go over the first lab later, but just want you to know in some like a more difficulty, more complicated labs, you want to include some introduction and lab procedures to make people understand your work. And please provide pictures. So when you do, especially some lab requires you to take a screenshot and show me how you understand the lab. You may provide a screenshot, and sometimes you provide do your graphs in Excel. Then you can take a screenshot to put in your Word document or PDF. Then you upload to the Blackboard. So I don't accept any handwriting lab report. Everything will be uploaded to Blackboard, and I will grade them in Blackboard. Any questions so far? Oh, sorry, I didn't see the chat. Here are some questions. Diagrams too, yes. So the syllabus, you cannot find the syllabus.
That was emailed to us, right? That's where I see it.
Yeah, I think the last time I emailed to you. I don't know why I cannot copy. Okay, I just paste it into the chat. Is making perform do a procedure? Do we have to rewrite it? You don't have to. I mean, I don't want you to do a lot of basic work. You just like it's very, because like I said, the only required part is the lab results. You show your results. Others just like it really depends. So as long as you show your work clearly, it should be fine. So yeah, it's very objective. And I could show you the template, lab report template, but I don't really like the template because it's just required too much. You have to do a lot of work, but I don't think it's not very necessary. This is city college lab template. So here's I guess. So I can send to the chat, but I don't really encourage you to follow this because it's too much and you're not doing very difficult lab. So I don't want to just take your time to rewrite everything. Yeah, but just make sure all the lab report can be accepted only if you submit it to Blackboard. So, but if you don't have access to Blackboard, just email me. You can email your lab report to me, and I'll update your grade in the Blackboard. But just, yeah. Any questions?
Yes, if we do include a lab procedure, does it matter the format if it's like sequential order, like 1, 2, 3, or should like a list, or should we have it in paragraph form?
I really appreciate it if you make a bullet point. So it's very clear, makes your lab report very clean, like more readable, more enjoyable to read. So I really appreciate it, like make it it's very organized. You will have a more impression point, you know. Like sometimes I feel like, oh, this report is so pleasant. I'll get like, yeah, but does it make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Yeah, but I do want you include the 4 parts. But the most important part, it really depends on the labs, and oh, let me see if I can find the template from last year's things. So let's see, go to. CD4. If I still can have access to the assignments. Okay. So I really don't want to show their name. But, yes. So this is one of the students. So they have introduction, lab procedures. So this bullet point 1, 2, 3, and the lab results. So this is what did she do? Results. Okay, the graph and the tables, and some procedures, like when she calculate them, how do we get all of this, right? And the conclusions. So basically, I want you to have like a general format of like including the 4 parts, but it's very objective. You can make it long, or you can make it short, as long as it makes sense to you and it is clear to the audience. It should be fine. Yeah. So where's my work? Okay. So this is for the lab report part. And the others is like when you have any questions, or you have some other issues you cannot attend to the lab, please email me. And when you email me, tell me which lab you're in, because right now I'm taking care of 2 classes. So just indicate your session. So this is physics 207 1.1 XW. Another one is XB. So you just indicate which session you're in and your name and why you cannot make it for the class. Or if you have any question, you can tell me what question you have. Just to like make sure I know which lab you're from and what's your name. Okay. So you may not be learning new knowledge, but you're definitely learning new habits. This is when I told my students when they're writing lab reports or they're trying to writing emails, you have to like learn some like a good habit when you try to communicate with other people. And since we have today, we have a total how many students? We have 15 students. Okay, so I want to like everybody introduce themselves. Wait a minute, I need to. Since we have like only 16 students, we can do an introduction. So basically, I want to collect your name, so I will also take attendance at the same time. Let's see. Let's see. W. Grade. So basically, this is this is our class, and I'm gonna copy the name. Okay. Oh wait a minute. Okay. So are you guys ready to introduce yourself? Let me find the. So what I want to know is. So basically, at least a few questions here. I'm super slow. So you tell me what's your name and major and which year you're in right now and why you chose the summer session. And or if you're a freshman, tell me why you chose City College. And tell me one of your fun facts. And tell me one of your big achievements. And what do you want to do with your degree? And anything you want us to know. So so I'm gonna start with the first person. And then when I call your name, then you can start. Then I also take attendance for the first lab. Okay, so Talika?
Talik, yes.
Talikas.
No. It's pronounced Talik.
Talik.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know.
That's all right. Hi everyone.
Before everybody starts, so when you introduce yourself, can you turn on the camera so we will know you?
Okay,
Also,
sure.
thank you.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Talik. I'm a computer science major and I'm a rising sophomore. I chose to take this class during the summer to kind of like section my schedule out basically. Fun fact about me, I like to play the piano from time to time. Big achievements. I was valedictorian of my senior class in 12th grade. And as far as my degree, I've been working towards game development for the longest, but recently I'm thinking about switching to mobile app development. I'm still on the fence about that. And yeah.
That's pretty cool. So what about like your big achievement? Your Victor what? Sorry,
I
I'm
was
not very.
It was all right. I was valedictorian of my 12th grade class.
Valid. So-
Valedictorian, yeah, like the top GPA basically.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we go to next student. Ru- Ludwig.
Ritvik. Yeah, you can just call me Vic. Hello, my name is Ritvik Bassar. You can just call me Vic. I am a biochemistry major. I graduate in 23.
Wait.
Hmm?
Can you turn on your camera? If you.
I don't have a camera, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Okay.
All right. I chose summer classes because I knew everything was going to be online, and I was like, you know what? I don't have to go in, so might as well just go and try. A fun fact, I like to work with my hands and do some woodworking from time to time. So I I use using a CNC X carver occasionally. Big achievement I had recently was I went outside for the first time for just fun. No groceries, no vaccine, no nothing. Just walked outside and said, "Hey, this is life." What I want to do with my degree, I want to do some cancer research because biochemistry. I want to work at either like a hospital or some research facility and do cancer research. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
Thank you. Okay. Next student, Abraham.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm Abraham. I'm majoring in chemistry. I believe this is my third year. And well, I chose to take this class in the summer because I wanted to sort of split up my workload, because last semester I took two extremely hard classes together and I didn't really want to do that in the fall semester. So I started taking physics now so that I could take an elective class next semester. Fun fact, I don't know, I play a lot of games semi-professionally. So I'm not in like a big team. You won't see me on like a online tournament that's being broadcasted around the world. But what games? The games that I've played competitively were Team Fortress 2 before it, kind of died. Overwatch, League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, and I tried Fortnite for a while and I was good, but I just don't like the game. Like I like being competitive. So that's why I try a lot of games competitively, but I'm kind of focusing on next semester more on my studies, so I kind of had to drop out from the teams I was in. One of my biggest achievements, 1,000 squats in one day. I would say that was hard as hell because it was all in. I believe I did it in 2 hours, just trying to see how far I could push myself. So I managed to hit 1,000 squats. I wouldn't recommend doing that because you really feel like you're dying afterwards. But it's a nice thing, I guess, for moments like this. What do you want to do with your degree? I want to run or own either a chain or just a few pharmacies. So I do want to become a pharmacist, and my dad is in business. He owns a deli, and I found that I do have a tendency to do well with business related things. So I figured that the best way I could put that into practice with, I guess, my creativity and my degree would be to, own the place that I work at. So it's after I graduate, I'm gonna become a pharmacist because you got to start at the bottom. Then I'm gonna work my way up to owning a store, and then I'll research some areas around New York, and I'll find the best places to put some pharmacies in. So by the end of my life, hopefully, I have my own little chain of recognized pharmacies. Anything no, I don't. There's nothing to to know about me that would help you with this class. I guess if you have any questions, I'm always here to answer them, I guess. But other than that, I'm just another student. League rank, highest rank was Masters 1. not grandmaster, because I kind of I don't have the time to put myself completely into every game and reach the top. And usually once I reach the top of a game, I like to move on to another game because I feel like I've learned most that there is to know. Oh, and StarCraft too, by the way. Although I haven't played that competitively, I am high in the ranking. All right, that's it.
So you're living in New York City now, or you're living
Right now I'm living in like right close to City College.
Oh, okay. Because I know a lot of like students travel to different different places during summer, and we take online classes. So that's why I'm wondering.
Man, I wish. I'm stuck here. I don't have many other places to go that are in the country.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Abraham. So next student, Fatim. Fatim is here. Fatim, last call. Okay. Marad.
Hello, Professor. So yeah, my name is Murad Gabber. I'm majoring in mathematics. I am, well, this, the fall is gonna be my senior year. So, so I'm taking physics over to just to redo my, to take it again to get a better grade on it. Because I took physics in York College. Yeah, I didn't do good on it, so I'm trying to redo for the grade. Uh, what I do for fun? How I uh I play a lot of games, watch a lot of sports, play mostly baseball, a little bit basketball. I take flight lessons to um my big achievement is I recently I recently am a private pilot. I hold a private pilot license. I'm just working up to get commercial, to get professional, to become a professional pilot for airlines or cargo.
Oh, what is a pilot? Oh, pilot. You drive the
Yeah,
flight?
yeah,
Wow,
plane.
cool. Wow.
Um,
Can you tell us a little bit more, like how you get the, like I believe it's very hard to get like a license.
oh yeah, I mean, it took me a while. It took me like to get my private pilot because I was juggling work, flight lessons, and school, so it was hard for me to get it. But I finally got it. It's a lot of work. Uh, yeah, I mean, um, I flew a lot of Cessna 172 S models, so it's pretty good. It's like the little planes. Um, what I would like to do with my degree, I mean, possibly become like a financial planner to some like businesses or people who's having troubles with finance. Um, yeah, and that's about it.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I remember you.
Thanks.
Okay, so next student, Vahid.
Hi, my name is Vahig, and I am a civil engineering major. So I decided to take classes during the summer because I thought it would be easier because I mean, well, it's shorter. I didn't think it would be easier because it's only 8 weeks, but it's I took multiple, 2 classes, so it's pretty hard. I don't know. I just have to juggle through all the I don't know all the work they give and stuff like that. And um, fun fact about me, I don't know. I mean, I just play a bunch of games, trying to get good. I mean, the guy, what's his name, Abraham, who spoke, much better than me at the games he was talking about. Still cool though. And what do I want to do with my degree? Work with my father because he's also a civil engineer, so he has like his own private business, and basically work for him for 5 years, get my license, and then just work with him. Yeah, that's about it.
I have a question here. So
Yeah.
like normally, from my experience, when the parents do something, the parents wouldn't like the kids do the same thing because they feel like, oh, there's so much work. You have to try something different. I'm not sure if like this kind of situation like ever occurs to you, like your dad don't want you to do that because maybe he doesn't want you like to work too hard.
I don't know. It's funny. It's like the opposite because he wants me to like work with him because there's like he's saying there's so much work that it needs like help. There's so much. So and like my brothers are becoming architects, so we could all like work together. So there'll be like 2 architects, and I'll be like the civil engineer, and we like give each other work. I don't know. It'll be fun, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know. We'll see.
collaborations. And that sounds cool. Okay, Alexis,
Hello?
we can hear you.
Wait, can you hear me or no?
We can.
Okay. So my name is Alexis, and my major is civil engineering. Currently, I am at the end of my second year. I chose a summer class because I feel like it like makes my schedule more flexible. I get to work in the morning, and I get to have class in the afternoon and evening. So I get to progress in both things. Fun fact about me is that I love the marine life. I love to keep fishes, especially saltwater fishes. One of my biggest achievements is, I don't know, I guess maintaining a saltwater aquarium because I heard it's pretty hard. Um, what do I want to do with my degree? So my dad has a company. He does HVAC, and he works for a civil engineer. So I kind of want to see if I can if maybe me becoming a civil engineer, I can help him find more work. So yeah.
That's pretty cool. So like you said you like the marine life. You do like a sometimes maybe scuba diving.
Yeah. I think I've done that. I think there's something else too. I forgot. It's with like a little machine where you go into the water. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think I've done scuba diving.
So like in New York area?
No. I think I went to the Bahamas or in Florida. They have a lot of scuba diving over there.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
That's cool. Thank you. So next one is Justin.
Yep. My name is Justin. I am a computer science major, and I'm going into my sophomore year. Why did I choose summer? I chose summer because I think if I didn't take a summer class, I wouldn't have done anything productive over the summer. So it's just something to keep me thinking over the 3 months rather than just sitting on my couch. Fun fact about me is that I taught myself how to juggle a while back. Big achievement. I think one of my biggest achievements is probably surviving at home for this long. It's been what, over a year and a half or something like that. And it's been a pain, but I'd qualify it as a big achievement. And what I want to do with my degree, I believe I want to go into the data science field to specifically in working with musical data and I guess getting analysis out of that. So yeah.
So like as a computer science major, if you want to become data scientist, like you have to, so what's like the path it will look like?
There's a lot of different paths a person can take to become a data scientist. You could be a math major, you could be a CS major, you can basically pivot from anywhere. But I think it's a lot of learning on your own the skills needed for the job, and then doing a lot of projects that make you interesting to companies that want to hire you. So then you can show up with relevant experience and they can determine whether or not they want you or not.
That's interesting. Thank you. Next one, Jia Chong.
Jai Kong.
Oh, sorry, Kong.
I'm a computer science major. Which year? I'm not sure at this point. I think I'm going to senior. And I chose summer because I can't fit any of the science classes in the other semesters. Fun fact, there's nothing fun about me. And what do you want to do with your degree?
Oh, your big achievements?
Yeah, I don't have any big achievements. It's just
You
achievements.
do have
Sorry?
you because like I really want everybody feel so confident about themselves when they are start. Everybody is so special. So tell us.
Yeah. I gotta say to jump in, I mean, a big achievement for you, dude, is if you're here in college, I'm assuming you graduated high school, and I know maybe it's like some people are like, well, duh. No, it's like a hard thing for some people, so that's a big achievement, man. That's one thing I gotta say.
Yeah.
Well, getting into the CS major is my big achievement then.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I feel like a lot of people cannot do CS. It's just too complicated. It requires a lot of math and computer science background. It's very hard. That's pretty cool. So yeah, next question. What do you want to do with your degree?
It probably to develop my own software or just help some company with their own things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. Or you can someday start your own business. You start your own company, like other.
Nah, that sounds too hard. Have to manage people.
It's hard sometimes. Just yeah. Okay. Thank you. Jia Chong, right?
Jai Kong.
Jai Kong. I'm sorry. Jai Kong. So Mohammed. Is Mohammed here? No. Okay. Safia. Say Safia.
Hi. Yeah, Sophia.
Safia.
Yeah. I'm a freshman. My major is hopefully going to be physics. I chose a summer class because I self-studied the AP, but I only got a 3, and I think I could have gotten better, but it is what it is, so I'm taking the class now. I guess a fun fact is I write poetry, so I guess at least the big achievement, I did self-publish a book.
Wow.
I'm not proud of it. I think it's kind of cringe now, but I guess that was kind of cool to do in high school.
Know the name so we can maybe buy your book.
Yeah. What do I want to do with my degree? I want to be a physics teacher specifically. I'm currently a TA at my high school, so I might like work there hopefully and something to share. I really like corny jokes, so yeah.
So I wonder, like physics is very more science side, and art and poetry is more like artistic side. How you combine these two? Like seems like very opposite, but you can manage these two both in yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually really bad at like English classes. I just like creative writing. I also like the arts and like working with, like crafts and stuff. So I guess it's well-rounded in a way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you. Thank you, Sophia. Next one, Arizit. Hope I didn't pronounce your name wrong.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Hi, yeah, my name is RZ, and I guess I'm an uprising junior, I guess. So one of the reasons I chose to do a summer class was just because I need to get in my pre-med requirements by like December. So I pretty much have to do physics over summer. And I guess one fun fact about me is that I taught myself how to do like rollerblading over the summer, over last summer.
With rollerblade?
Yeah, like rollerblading, like the wheels on the shoes.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, it was really hard, but I managed to do it. And I guess that would be my big achievement. But I guess another fun fact was like, I used to like I operated on a sheep heart, if that means anything. And it was pretty fun. And I'm surprised that I managed to get through it without barfing at the sight of blood.
So
And
what was it? Like you
like a sheep heart.
sheep part.
Yeah, we like practiced on it and everything.
You practice what?
Like we practiced like cutting it up, like pretty much like doing surgery on it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and basically what I'm trying to do is like get into med school, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you,
Mhm.
Arisi. Next one, Jida. Jada.
Jada.
Sorry.
It's okay. You had it right the first time. So my major is forensic science technology. And what I want to do with my major, I want to be a medical examiner. And a fun fact, my favorite color is pink. What's the other one? Biggest achievement or greatest achievement, I think you said. Recently I got on my school's dean's list. And then why did I pick this summer course? Because next semester I won't have any space for this physics course. It was going to interfere with one of my other classes, so I had to take it in the summer. And I graduate May 2022.
22.
And yeah, May 2022, the May that's coming up. So I'm a senior now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Still like enjoy your last year in the school.
I will. Thank you.
Thanks. Next one, Samaya.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So my name is Samaya and I'm a biochem major, and I guess I'm a rising senior. I chose to take this class during the summer because I actually took it before, but I took it at John Jay and then I transferred here. And when I transferred, they didn't give me the credit for it. So I'm basically retaking it because I think this is like, if I did the math correctly, I think this is the only time when I'm gonna have any time available to finish, or else I'm just not gonna be able to graduate on time. A fun fact about me is I like puzzles. I'm not good at them, but I still like to do them. Like I like to do Sudoku puzzle. I don't think I said that right, but I like to do those puzzles. Rubik's cubes are fun, logic puzzles, stuff like that. A big achievement of mine is that I recently got a home attending license, so I can start working with that now on the side whenever I have the time. And then I want to go into PA school with my degree. And then, maybe I can like, if I have any time whilst being a PA, I can go into some research on the side. But yeah.
So home attending is like you does it like specify what type of like?
Yeah, so basically home attending is it's usually like when you're taking care of outpatients who are recovering from home, and typically they're senior citizens, but they can also be things like, new moms, people who are recovering from surgery and, various different accidents and stuff. And they've been given I don't know, I guess they've just been like released from the hospital so they can start recovering from home instead. So yeah, you basically just help kind of take care of them throughout the day and help them with like, minor therapy, stuff like that.
Wow, that's cool. I have a friend also. She's kind of in the PA, like she's in graduate school. She also wants to become a PA, but she's still like in the process. Hope someday you can like become colleagues together.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Samaya. Next one, Jershan.
Gershon.
Jershan.
Yeah.
Jershan.
Yeah, I'm a physics major. This fall I'm going to be a sophomore, and I'm taking this class over the summer, so I could also graduate on time. Fun fact about me is that I took a gap year off after high school, and I did some trips to Europe. Also, my big achievement is that I worked super hard over the summer before and the summer afterwards, and completely paid for it myself by working hard and making money. And I plan on using my degree in physics to get into like a civil engineering program and become a civil engineer after I graduate.
So right now you're working on some hardware already. Like you try to help to design or do something. I'm not very sure like what kind of job you do.
So right now, no, right now I'm not really working on much. Right now I'm just doing classes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think summer like everybody can focus, like try to finish the condensed work, condensed like schoolwork. Yeah. Thank you, Gershon. Right. Next one, Christian.
Hi, it's Christian. So my major is I'm a biochem major. I'm also a junior. So I chose the summer course for physics because it'll be like a lighter workload for the fall. So that way I can focus like on stuff like my minors. I guess a fun fact could be that I recently picked up swimming, so I guess that's pretty fun. One of the bigger achievements, I guess, when I first started college, my GPA was like 1.7 GPA. And then I managed to like pick that up all the way to like 3.1. So I'm pretty proud of that. What do you want to do with your degree? Well, I think having a biochem degree is a really good prerequisite for PA school. So I'm working to get a job in the EMT field, and hopefully that'll provide the clinical hours for that. And that's about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Next one, Julio.
Hi, everyone. So yes, I'm here. I'm Julio Vietman. I wish we were in person, I have to say, because thank you for sharing, everyone. It's really cool to hear about all of your fun facts and everything. I'm not a matriculated student. I'm a non-trad, I guess. I'm only taking courses one at a time, so I don't have a major. I don't have a year. I graduated college many years ago. I choosing the summer, so I'm a full-time teacher. And so actually, Sophia, like I teach kindergarten and I taught middle school before, and they have the corniest jokes. So you would love kinder and middle school students, just gotta say. I'm taking summer because since I'm teaching full-time, I'd only have time for like one class every semester. But I'm trying to go back to school because I want to go to med school. So I think it's really cool, REZ, that you want to go to med school as well. A fun fact myself, I really like to read, but I always felt I made excuses working full-time that I didn't have time. So when COVID hit, I joined a book club. So like April 2020, and it's like we meet every month, and I've been doing it since, and I've been reading so many books. Big achievement. So I was like thinking hard about this one. Big achievement, I guess, would be I'm finishing up my 5th year of teaching now. It's kind of insane to think that. What do I want to do with my degree? So I'm not getting a degree currently, like through City College at least, but I do want to apply to med school one day. And with that, I'm hoping in the future to open up a clinic. I want my own like private practice. I work with kids now, so maybe peds, but also maybe family medicine. And I do want to focus on like trans and LGBTQ health. Anything else you want to know about me? I'm not sure. I really liked what all of you were saying. Like, fun fact, I guess, or anything else is I just bought an air conditioner last year. So it's only a year old. But with that heat wave we had in May, I don't know if y'all are in New York City, if all of you are, but the heat wave we had like in middle of May, my AC broke after just 11 months of use. And the company is saying they will not refund me or anything or repair it. I actually wrote down, Alexis, if your dad has that HVAC, I don't know if your dad knows any repair people, but it's broken and it's hot. That's the extra thing. I don't want to take everyone else's time.
That's funny. Okay, I think I just like thank you, Julio. So I think that's a very fun part. Like we can get to know each other and we know who we're gonna study with for the summer. Okay, so next I think I'll just we can start our lab. So we will do the first lab. Let me see what time it's now. It's 5. Okay. So like can everyone open the link? Send to the chat. So this is the first lab we're gonna do. So basically in physics, we have all this like variables, we try to measure stuff. And we have so in this lab, we want you to understand in our real life, in the practical life, what are we gonna do like with all this measurement. We have like a basic, like a common sense about how big is our book, how long is our how long is our table? Like we just how this lecture, this lab will mainly help us to understand like the basic ideas. Maybe sometimes you ignore in your life, but we have to pick them up and say, learn something new. So here are a few graphs. You basically can see there are 2 variables. Like if we look at the first one, and the x-axis is x, y-axis is okay. We already know x, y-axis. So if it's a linear relationship between these 2 variables, so when we change x to when we increase x, so y will increase at the same time. So so this one is squared. Like basically it has more, if we increase 1 unit, it has more like a slower, it really depends on where. If you see here, where you're gonna increase 1 unit. If you increase here 1 unit, it wouldn't increase much. But if we increase here by 1 unit, it increases a lot, way more than just like a linear relationship. And also we have a square root and logarithmic. So these are all the very different function relationships in our real life. But I just want you to know, just like everything maybe has to correlate with another. So this is basically, yeah, the background. We want to find the variables and want to measure something. And here are, the first part is time measurement. So basically, you just have your stopwatch ready, or you have your phone, you can start your phone, and you measure the time between your 2 heartbeats. So just notice, this is not the heartbeat per minute. It just measure 2 heartbeats and calculate, record the time between those 2 heartbeats. So it's very easy and straightforward. I think that there's no questions for that, right?
Oh, I actually have a quick question about that.
Okay, please.
Should we only do that once, or should we do it a couple times?
3 times, please. You do 3 trials, and then
Okay.
Average.
Okay. Thank you.
And part 2 is to measure something on Google Map. So here are some examples. Like if we see, then I can show you one example. So we want to try to calculate the value of pi. So let me write something down. Text. So we know circumference equal to d, which is diameter, times pi, right? Also c equal to 2 times r times pi. So right now we can, let's say if I open one of the examples, you can see there's, oh, I have to quit this. So we can see a circular, very huge object on the Google Map. And then we want to measure the circumference and then measure the diameter. And then you use C divided by D, then you have a pi value. And you compare it to the standard pi value, which is 3.14. And you say if you have any errors or any, just compare your value with the standard value. And you have to choose 3 objects. So from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 examples, you choose 3 objects, and then list their name, and then write down the diameter, the circumference, and calculate. I think you should add one more column and calculate the pi value. So I want you finish this table on a Word document. So let's say, just in case you're not very familiar with Word, so basically what we do here is here's your mouse, and you insert a table. So let's say it's 4, 4. So you have 4, 4. This can be object, and then this one is diameter. This is a circumference, and the pi value. So 1, 2, 3. So you just you can pretty much do everything on Word. And yeah, so this is you're gonna practice 3 examples, and each of them please measure 2 times. So let's say, okay, let's do one example. If you right click, measure distance, then you see a white dot, and you move this close to the circle, and then you start click. So it start measuring. You see the total distance is displayed here, and you just draw a circle. If you have any questions, just ask me. Maybe didn't see any question in the chat. So basically, just try to do a circle. Okay, so it's total 8.95 kilometer. So this is a circumference, and then you wanna measure a distance, the diameter. So I wanna open in another window. So right click, then measure distance. Come here, and maybe here. So that's the diameter. So this is one measurement. I want you to do twice. So basically you have 2 circumference and 2 diameters, and take the average and put them on the table. Any questions for this one? No? So yeah, this is the second part. And then you answer what is the estimate of pi from this exercise. You can list all your 3 pi's to compare with the standard pi value, which is 3.14. And yeah. So another thing I want to know is the uncertainty in measurements. When we do measurements, it really depends on the person who do the experiment. Sometimes when I do, let's say we want to measure the pencil, how long the length of the pencil. So here, so the tip of the pencil fall into somewhere between 9 and 9.5 centimeter, and like some people may read this as 9.1 or 9.2, and so what they read is 9.25. I really don't like. I don't think it's true, because 9.25 definitely would be the middle of these 2 lines, right? But as I said, everybody, when different people do the same experiment, it can be the result they get can be very different. We call it the error, which is also known as the uncertainty. So that's why I want you, when you do the measurements, I want you to be aware of the error, and want you know the uncertainty, how to calculate the uncertainty. So uncertainty is calculated by the half of the smallest unit. So if you have a ruler and you want to find the smallest unit, so this is not the smallest unit, this is the smallest unit. So from 0 to 0.5 is the smallest unit, and half of the smallest unit is the uncertainty, which is the error. So let's say where they define the uncertainty. So error you cannot, let me see, where is it? Okay, so here. Generally, we see that uncertainty in this measurement is equal to 1/2 of the smallest spacing on the ruler. So depending on the ruler you're using, if you're using like a bigger ruler, maybe the smallest unit is bigger, so your error will be bigger. And sometimes the error you cannot avoid, no matter how accurate your instruments are, you can always get error. So we just try to minimize the error. We cannot avoid the error. So remember, keep that in mind. And so yeah, since we know how to calculate this error, and we do another few examples. So you can measure the diameter of a coin, but you can pick a quarter and measure the diameter, and width of one of your thumbs, length of the book, height of the book, width of book, length of a pen. So then you can measure them maybe in centimeter, and then you convert to milliliter and meters or kilometers, and the ruler, and record your ruler in the last column. So if you're using the same ruler, so your error will be the same, because it's always, the error really depends on the smallest piece, and you take half, right? Any questions for this one?
So for error, we're just going to have the same number going all the way down, right?
Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
So number part 4. So you measure your walking steps. So let's assume you're walking, and when we measure your steps, your step length is from heel to heel, like heel to heel, or toe to toe. Make sure don't measure your steps from heel to toe or toe to heel. It's not your step. You start somewhere and ends with somewhere. So if you start with heel, then you ends with heel. If you start with toe, ends with toe. So that's the definition of your footstep. And another one, okay. So, and we want to record it. Well, I want you to record the data in this table. You basically work for 3 steps, and then you take you divide it by 3, then you will get 1 step, and then you convert from centimeter to meter to kilometer. Just remember, meters to kilometer is 10 to minus 3, and the centimeter to meter is 10 to minus 2. So this is the conversions. So you record this, and then you answer a few questions. So on average, how many steps do you need to take to walk 1 kilometer? How are we gonna do this? Since we already know from here, let's say 1 step is like, let's say it's 1 meter, 1 meters long. So each, basically I think for a normal, like a guy, like a boy, he can walk 1 meter per step. So let's say let's assume someone's walk step is 1 meter. So how many steps do you need to walk 1 kilometer? So basically we use the whole distance. Let's say this is 1 kilometer, and each step is 1 meter. How many steps you're gonna need? Basically 1 kilometer divided by 1 meter, which is 1,000. So you basically need 1,000 to walk 1 kilometer, right? write something. So 1 kilometer divided by 1 meter equal to 1,000 steps. Use your stopwatch to time yourself walking 10 steps. Time for 10 steps, you can record maybe 10 seconds, and then determine how long it takes you to walk 1 step. So it basically divided by 10 is 1, so it's the time for 1 step. And what is your average rate of walking? So basically this one, they are asking you to calculate the speed. So the speed will be, let's say 1, so 1 step is like 1 meter, the distance. Distance like basically is the step length. It is 1 meter. We just make assumption, and then the time will be the time how long it takes you to walk for 1 step, maybe 1 step, maybe 1 second, and then you calculate speed. It will be distance divided by time, right? So this is 1 meter per second for your speed, and you convert meter per second to kilometer per hour. 3.8 kilometer per hour. So let's say, so basically why I say that, because x meter per second, if it converts to kilometer per hour, so you need x times 3.6 kilometer per hour. So that's a conversion you can do by yourself. You can do like by meters convert to kilometers, second convert to hours. You can do by yourself, and also convert to centimeter per second, and then record all your data, in your lab report. That's pretty much for the lab 4. This is the part 4. Any questions so far?
The D for speed is distance divided by time? Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? So like, how about you tell me like, what do you think of this lab? It's too easy, too just tedious, many post complete manual. No, you just submit one lab report. So the manual you don't have to finish the manual. You just answer all your questions in the lab report, and make sure when you submit your report, list your question. Let's say here, if you want to write your lab report, you can copy here, copy the questions to your lab report, and then you'll answer yourself. Just don't list your answers, because sometimes when I start grading, I don't know which question you're answering to. Does it make sense? Thank you. So yeah, that's pretty much for today. So remember, your lab report is due Tuesday. Goodbye Tuesday.
I do have a question about lab in general. Like for next week, for our lab, for the time that we have together, are we doing it within that time? Like on Zoom, we're talking about it? I know like today we did the intros. How does it usually work?
Today is intro plus lab 1, because we didn't do the intro last week.
But like for next week and the next few labs, are we doing the lab together? Is that how it works on Zoom?
Yes. So basically, I tell you like what you're gonna do, then you can do finish by yourself. So like let's say today we do together on the measurement of this crater. this crater in Quebec. We did it together, and then like I just take one example, but you will finish the other two, right? You have any concerns?
Okay, so we're doing 3.
Yeah.
3 of those. And then it doesn't have to be there, right? Because you said the hint, it's okay. Like we can choose other spots, or we should use this.
Anything.
Okay.
Just in case you don't know, you just list a few examples here.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions? Okay, let me see in the chat. Recording, yes. After I'll post it, and then I'll update in Blackboard. Basically, I will upload to YouTube, and then because I know Zoom will only keep for 7 days, just in case some students was like according to my experience, when by the end of the semester, student will ask me, oh, can you provide the recording from the first lecture? Because Zoom cannot keep for that long, so I just update to my YouTube channel. But then on my YouTube channel are all like just teaching. You can also check other recordings as well. Yeah. So it's pretty straightforward, right? For this lab, what do you think? I want your feedback.
I guess to be honest, I know this is like one of the easier labs, but like things that are just simple like this intimidate me. Like I like things that are a little more challenging. So like I know that's so weird.
I know. I think I also feel like, oh, then maybe this designed for high school students. Like it doesn't look like it for college students, because I would expect that like more difficult as well. But I don't know. I guess like so it's an online lab. They have to make sure like everybody like kind of following, so they make it maybe more easy. But yeah, I guess you will have more challenging questions from your lecture, for sure. So this is just like, okay. What?
Sorry, I don't know if I missed it. Just looking at the syllabus, do you have office hours or no?
If you have any questions, you can ask me during the class, during the lab. I think I don't have. I mean, the only office hour is like during the lab session. But you can.
Okay.
You're welcome to ask questions when you're running into any questions.
Okay. Are you able to read the? Sorry, are you able to read that last line that you wrote in green? It was like X meters per second.
Oh. So let's say, okay, X meter means like just a random X. Like it can be 1 or 2 or 3. When you convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, you basically use this number times 3.6. You get a kilometer per hour. I think that's what I remember. I could be wrong, but I remember when you convert, there's like a math equation, like a relationship, something like that. If you don't trust it, then you can just like convert yourself.
Thank you.
If you have any questions from your textbook or anything, please send me your question numbers before the weekend. Let's say if you have a question next week, you want to ask me, please send me your question number like by the end of this weekend, so I can look over, and maybe we can do some discussions in the class. So that's what we did last semester. So just let me prepare something, because like I'm a chemistry major, so maybe some physical concepts I don't remember that well. So I needed some time to review if you have questions from a textbook or your homework. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much. So any questions for the lab report or office hours? If something is confusing, just drop me an email and ask me. I'll try to answer your questions. So do you feel like, what do you guys feel like? You feel now is just like very easy to do, or you feel like a little bit confused? You don't know what to ask? I think it's like a pretty straightforward. Just let me know if I missed something or I make you confused. Just let me know. Yeah, very straightforward. Yeah. Yeah, just try to keep it your lab report clean and simple and easy to read. And I don't want you to like a lot of work for nothing in like no improvement. Just yeah, I don't want to keep you do some basic work. Just try to collect your results. That's pretty much it.
Professor,
Yes.
so you're gonna post this recording on Blackboard, right?
Yes, I will send a link to Blackboard.
Okay, thanks.
Each of the list box to be include plus minus. Yes. Let me see. Lab 3. So basically, you don't have to plus minus because you have an arrow here. You already know you have plus minus. Otherwise, if you convert to the different units, it's very too much work. But I know you know. So I know you understand the arrow, how to calculate the arrow, right? So you don't have to do plus or minus. Just like too much conversions. Yeah, just want to keep it as simple as it is. Yeah. Any other questions? If no more, then we will call it a day. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a good night then. Bye.